What's up, y'all? Good morning. I woke up and I thought about something. This may sound funny to be the first thing to think about in the morning, but it was. I realized I don't see no black occult leaders. I mean, like I don't see the black version of Aleister Crowley or Marilyn Man. Not Marilyn Man. Say that man name, but what's Charles Manson? I don't see like their quote unquote black counterparts. And it got me thinking. Like I know through history there's had to have been some black cult leaders out there that rose to prominence. And then I thought about it. I say maybe these are the niggas that's hidden. Maybe them the motherfuckers we really don't know about. Because I'm like they gotta be out there. Like they gotta be. Like if you have white occult leaders, like there has to be, unless it's the church. Then that would make more sense. That instead of calling them Satanists and cult leaders, we call them pastors and preachers. Just a thought. But anyway, they got me thinking, about all these cults and, Satan and devil worshippers and all this and that. And I thought about it. In reading the Bible, Satan only kills maybe 10 people, if that. Basically the only person he does anything to directly as far as murder, stealing, killing, destroying, the things we associate with Satan. We only find that in the book of Job. Anywhere else in the Bible, Satan, he just come talk to you. But in today's world, they've made the essence of Satan, this demonic, evil. But if you clearly read the Bible, God was the one telling people to conquer and destroy and kill all and take the little girls for yourself. And, this is all in the Bible. These are the things he told the children of Israel to do to other nations. And it's crazy because I could have sworn after the flood, Noah and his family was the only motherfuckers left. So literally, it was brother killing brother. Ain't that a commandment? Thou shalt not kill. I could have sworn that was in that book. Maybe I was just tripping. But either way it go. That really just had me thinking. Because then people forget about some of the crazy ass stories that are, in a lot of religious texts, but the Bible in particular. The only reason I talk about it because I just happen to be an African American. So that's like one of the first books they give us. So, we're taught to study it pretty well. And a lot of us don't do our due diligence in studying that book. Not just African Americans, it's Americans, period. Like, all Americans are lazy as fuck. We are some of the laziest motherfuckers in the world. It's fact. It's fact. It's fact. Okay? That's only because we are the last nation, in the modern times, the last superpower to be created. If you look at through history, all the superpowers that mimic each other, because they all basically follow the same platform. From Egypt to Babylon to fucking the Romans, the Greeks. Hell, even if you go further back to the what's the motherfuckers called? The Vikings and the Goths and all them. Everybody had their turn to be great. It's just, America's turn. With the new nation, the new baby on the block, to come into play. But that really ain't got nothing to do with what I was talking about. Like I said, I woke up thinking about, occultism, I guess you could say. And in the ancient Kemetic, way of looking at things, you see Set, who they've turned into Satan in Christian theology. Set isn't seen as a demon or a bad guy. You only see that in the Osiris tale, where Set slays Osiris. And in my opinion, it really depends on which way you look at that story, because I still don't see Set as the bad guy in that story. It depends on which version of the story you read. Because in some versions, Osiris rapes Nephis in order to impregnate her with Anpu or Anubis. You know what I'm saying? And then in some, you got what Nephis, tricks Osiris by turning herself into Isis and then going sleeping with the nigga. Then you got some, they just fell in love. So there's the duality in the stories. You have one where she's a hoe, one where he's a hoe, one where they both come together and fall in love. But either way it go, I don't see in any of those three stories where Set was the bad guy. Because Set's main role, other than being a destroyer or whatever you want to call him, or the god of chaos, he is the protector and bringer of light. Like he sits in front of Ra's boat, protecting him from Apophis. So how are you seeing Set as the bad dude? And how did he become Satan? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of questions there that y'all really might want to, start digging into. Pertaining to, the whole Satan and Christianity look on things, because I'm not saying that you should go out and worship Satan and shit like that. Like, no, it's just stupid. But go do your research. Figure out where this shit came from. Because the story you've been told ain't the original story. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot more that they don't tell us. You think they really tell us about everything they dig up out of them caves and shit in Egypt or around the fucking world? Like, come on. Like, a lot of y'all in this day and age still think that Egypt is the only place on this planet with pyramids, or Egypt has the oldest pyramids, or Egypt is the oldest place on the planet. No, they just happen to have the best records. That's it. Their records pristine. Like the shit they kept, the shit they, were able to track, and the way that they were able to keep their records alive for so long was masterful. They figured out a way to keep their knowledge longer than anybody else. So far. Ain't no telling what else they've discovered, they just ain't told us about it. You don't know what's in somebody's private collection. It's like they burn a lot of shit. Like, y'all really need to start thinking about all this shit before you really jump into these religious groups and stuff like that. So during this quarantine and shit like this, take the time and really evaluate yourself. Evaluate your doctrines. Evaluate everything that you know about life up until this point. Because once all this shit get kicked, because people think, oh, this is getting ready to end. No, this is just the eye of the storm. This is the beginning. And for you motherfuckers who don't like change, this is going to be the worst time in your fucking life. It is. And right now, the energy of Set is at play. Because in order to recreate, in order to bring a new order in, you have to destroy the old one. So right now, the Set energy is at power. So, for those of us with the Anubis, I guess you can say mind frame, energy, whatever you want to call it, our job is just to let y'all know what's fit to come. And that's all I'm doing. Speaking my mind and also letting you know that, hey, for you people who don't like change, shit not fit to get better for you. You are not fit to enjoy what's fit to happen. It's nothing bad, but in your eyes, it will be. But for those who love change and love to see shit, be created, you fit to enjoy what's fit to happen. Because you know that out of this destruction and all this chaos, the world that will be created from it is going to be beautiful. So, just think about it. Now, understand that life is duality. There's good, bad, happy, sad, left, right, up, down. But always remember, good can be evil, evil can be good. Bad is good, good is bad. It's all on perception. So, understand whose eyes are you looking through. Is it your own? Is it someone else's? Is the perception that you have of the world one you created for yourself or one that was given to you? So, step outside of your square, your circle, your triangle, whatever you're in. And, yeah, Look at the world for what it is and get ready for what's about to happen. You know. Peace.